So one of the visions of Find the Change is to help kids in Cuzco who haven't experienced the culture of the mountains get up into the mountains. There are a lot of kids that grow up in the city. They haven't come up into the mountains and experienced their heritage. And the place to find the heritage is here in the mountains. This is where the ancient ruins are, Machu Picchu, and all these beautiful cultural historic sites that, you know, kids in the city just don't get to see. So our plan, Find the Change, is to help them come up here and experience that. To let these kids come see their culture.
Danzas coloridas, hermosas danzas que se presenten y que son del agrado de todos nosotros. Muchas gracias.
What is it like to eat here in Peru? It's so diverse. It's amazing to look at all these different drinks, all these different colors, arrays of corn and beans, and the variety. I mean, you don't even know until you try it just how amazing it is. And you can see it's simple. Food is basically cooked over the fire here in front of everyone, but it's incredible. I think it was something like 4,000 varieties of potatoes are here in Peru. 300 different varieties of corn. So the diversity, just trying to fully even comprehend a small amount of it is mind-blowing, but being here, experiencing and tasting the culture, it gives you chills. It's pretty amazing.
You know, as you travel, it's easy to get excited and try to see everything and experience it all. But it's super important to do the things that ground you, whatever that is. If you're used to going to the gym, find a gym. Spend an hour or two working out. If you're used to running, go for a run. Never gonna see it all. And doing these things that ground you are going to allow you to enjoy travel that much more. Time to start recording. This little dog just came up and it just wants to wag its tail and be by us. Let's see. Hi. Hi, buddy. Here we are in Ollantaytambo, Peru. We've been traveling through the Sacred Valley. We decided Find the Change, you know, that's kind of a play on words. And when we were trying to decide what to call these organizations that we help, we decided to call them fountains because fountains are usually places where people throw coins. And these fountains are places where we want to give change and put into these fountains because these are organizations that are beautiful for their community, and we just want to be tossing coins at them basically. And then we went up to Cuzco and we met with our friend Roy, who we had a great long conversation with him about starting up an organization to hike with kids up to Machu Picchu, kids from Cuzco that have never been there. Just with a little effort, with a little change. Exactly. Yeah.
No, yeah. As I told you, the idea is that, you know, as I told you, so I'm from Peru, I'm from Cuzco, and it's so sad to find, not just, actually these villages aren't so far from here, you know, and they are still in Cuzco, you know, driving is like 1 hour, 2 hours, you know, and it's really small villages, you know, and they don't have many possibilities to see this wonder of the world, you know, so, and as I told you, we try to help the small schools as well, you know, that they are a little bit far from here, you know, as they don't have many possibilities, you know, so neither their parents, so the idea is to help them. So it would be great, you know, to get a group of these students in Machu Picchu. So why not?
So we made a lot of good connections, and that was really the point of this trip. But we're just taking some time here to reflect and have a little conversation, and maybe some of this footage will be used for something. There's a giant festival down below us, huge dancing festival.
Yeah.
That we stumbled on, and so there's going to be some traffic behind us.
Get easier. It's going to. We'll add it.
We're gonna meet this amigo. ¿Cómo te llama, amigo? Aran. No.
12 meses.
10. Each. Uno año.
Ya.
Ollantaytambo and then back to Cusco.
Sí.
Sí. And then Arequipa, uno más.
Mucho gusto.
¿Con qué nombre?
Yeah. So okay. Moving on. What are the key takeaways or things you learned from traveling this time? Good, bad, hard, thoughts on home, whatever.
Yeah, what are the key takeaways from this trip? It's been the second time here, and the feelings are different. The first time you go, especially to a new country, you're in awe of it, and everything is new, so it's just everything is kind of all special and lit up, and you're seeing and doing for the first time. Second time, it's feels a little bit more business and a little bit more organized per se, and I think it feels the cause. It just seems to fall more in place. We're doing something, it's consistent, and it's like when you put together an IKEA cabinet, and the first time it might take 5 hours, and the second time it takes 20 minutes. And I think that's a big one. It's a big takeaway is this is difficult, it's gonna take time, but the more we get these systems in place to make it easier for us, it's gonna make it simpler and less stressful for us. The big takeaway, I think, is time. It's going to get easier.
Do you remember chopping firewood to build that?
A lot of firewood. Chopped a lot of wood, but it was going to a great cause. Might have broke a sweat or two.
So, one of the things that I have been thinking about with Find the Change is that we don't really want to leave much of an imprint on a culture. They've already figured out any culture, anywhere we're in the world, we don't need to change them. We're just giving our change, our extra. But I think it's kind of important to clarify that, you know, we come into these places and we experience their cultures and hopefully learn something from them because they have some change to offer us. That's the thing. We're changing each other. So when there are places in need, we give them some change so they can have a better life. But there's so much we have to learn from so many places in the world, and we just want to make sure that we don't take. A lot of places are bad, a lot of other cultures take, and we're not here to take, we're only here to give. And we don't need to teach our way of living to anyone. We just want to be a more connected planet.